Welcome to our Middle East briefing show. Today, we've got some fascinating updates from around the globe. First up, Latin American ambassadors recently visited Israel's Magen Adom blood services, getting a behind-the-scenes peek at their incredible life-saving efforts. It's inspiring to see international cooperation in action. Next, the international community is sounding off. The UK and 27 other nations have condemned Israel for what they call inhumane killing of civilians in Gaza, amidst a severe hunger crisis and ongoing conflict. The world is watching closely, hoping for a peaceful resolution. Finally, President Trump was caught off guard by recent Israeli military strikes in Syria and Gaza, including a tragic attack on a church in Gaza. His quick response to contact Netanyahu shows the complexity of this ongoing conflict. Stay tuned for more details on these stories and more. Please continue to watch for in-depth coverage. The Latin American ambassadors recently visited the Magen Adom, MDA, Blood Services Division in Ramla, Israel, gaining an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the vital efforts being made to save lives amid ongoing conflicts. Their visit highlighted the critical importance of blood services in times of crisis, showcasing the dedication and resilience of medical teams working tirelessly to provide aid and support to those affected by violence. The ambassadors' tour not only emphasized the humanitarian dimension of Israel's emergency services but also fostered international solidarity, demonstrating a shared commitment to humanitarian aid in turbulent times. Meanwhile, the international community expressed outrage over Israel's recent military actions, with the UK and 27 other nations condemning the inhumane killing of Gaza civilians seeking aid. The World Food Programme described Gaza's hunger crisis as reaching unprecedented levels of desperation, revealing the severe humanitarian toll of ongoing conflict. These condemnations underscored the global concern over the escalating violence and the devastating impact on innocent civilians, especially those caught in the crossfire while desperately seeking safety and sustenance amidst the chaos. In the United States, President Donald Trump found himself unexpectedly caught off guard by Israel's recent strikes in Syria and the attack on a Catholic church in Gaza, signaling a rare moment of discord between him and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Despite their generally aligned foreign policies, Trump's focus on ending the Gaza war and supporting Syria's emerging government was challenged by Israel's military operations, which complicated diplomatic efforts. Trump swiftly intervened by calling Netanyahu to address the crises, but the incidents, particularly the bombing of the church in Damascus, highlighted the unpredictable and volatile nature of the current Middle Eastern conflict, illustrating how swiftly alliances and plans can be disrupted in the heat of ongoing violence. The Associated Press vividly reports that President Donald Trump's recent tax and spending legislation will significantly impact the nation's economy and social fabric. According to the Congressional Budget Office, this law will balloon the federal deficit by $3.4 trillion over the next decade, a figure that underscores the long-term fiscal strain the bill may impose. Despite the promise of tax cuts and economic growth, the legislation's effect on healthcare is stark. More than 10 million Americans are projected to be uninsured by 2034, a slight improvement from previous estimates. The bill's provisions extend existing tax rates, introduce temporary deductions, and cut future spending on Medicaid and food assistance, sparking fierce political debate. Democrats condemn the bill as a betrayal that will deepen economic inequality, while Republicans argue it safeguards tax relief and anticipates economic growth that could offset the deficits, though experts warn that any growth benefits are likely to be modest and overshadowed by rising debt and interest rates. The Associated Press details a compelling story from New York about a horse carriage driver, Ian McKeever, who was acquitted of animal cruelty after a tense trial that captured the city's attention. The case centered on Ryder, a horse who collapsed on a hot summer day in 2022, raising concerns about the treatment of carriage horses in Central Park. Bystanders watched anxiously as Ryder lay on the street, but McKeever's defense argued that the horse was not overworked or mistreated, asserting that Ryder simply tripped and that the driver acted responsibly. Veterinarians testified that Ryder was an aged horse with underlying health issues, including bone cancer, which ultimately led to his euthanasia. The verdict sparked mixed reactions. Animal rights advocates decried the decision, calling for the industry's end, while supporters emphasized the driver's love for their animals and efforts to improve conditions. This case exemplifies the ongoing debate over the ethics and safety of horse-drawn carriages in a city renowned for its historic charm and modern activism. The AP also recounts a poignant chapter in American justice and childhood safety through the story of Eton Patz, whose 1979 disappearance became a catalyst for the national movement to protect missing children. The case remained unresolved for decades until a conviction in 2017, when Pedro Hernandez was found guilty of kidnapping and murder, based largely on his confessions and circumstantial evidence. However, a recent federal appeals court decision overturned Hernandez's conviction, citing procedural issues during his interrogation and jury instructions, and ordered a new trial. This legal setback underscores the complexities of criminal justice, especially in cases involving confessions from individuals with mental health issues. Adon's case not only propelled legislative reforms, such as a national hotline and improved law enforcement communication, but also cast a long shadow on parental anxiety and the societal commitment to safeguarding children, illustrating how a single disappearance can ignite a national movement and shape policies for generations. The South China Morning Post highlights Emirates' ambitious plans to captivate Hong Kong's affluent travelers through a significant $5 billion cabin upgrade, which is the largest in aviation history. The Dubai-based airline is refurbishing 2 aircraft, a Boeing 777 and an Airbus A380, to offer a luxurious 4-class experience: first, business, premium economy, and economy, aimed at boosting the premium travel market in Hong Kong. With a strong demand for its premium classes, especially among local business and first-class travelers, Emirates is increasing its service frequency and enhancing passenger comfort with electronically controlled privacy doors, personalized climate controls, and plush interiors. The airline's strategic partnership with the Hong Kong Tourism Board aims to foster mutual tourism growth, promoting luxury experiences and halal-friendly activities to attract more inbound visitors from the Middle East, Europe, and Africa. Emirates' recent record-breaking profits and expanding route network underscore its commitment to strengthening its presence in Hong Kong, viewing the city as a vital hub for its regional and global ambitions. Deutsche Welle reports on Israel's latest military escalation in Gaza, where ground forces have entered Deir al-Balah for the first time in over 2 years of conflict, targeting Hamas strongholds and potential hostage sites. The offensive comes amid relentless Israeli bombardments that have devastated Gaza's civilian population, with heartbreaking stories like Amani Karub's, whose son was killed by shrapnel while sleeping in a tent. The city, once a refuge for displaced Palestinians and aid organizations, is now in chaos as thousands flee amidst ongoing violence. International condemnation is mounting, with over 800 aid seekers reported dead since May, though Israel dismisses criticism as disconnected from the reality on the ground. Despite widespread global outrage, including from 25 countries, some nations like Germany remain silent. The conflict's human toll is staggering, with civilians caught in a brutal cycle of violence that continues to deepen the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.